So we've addressed the idea that premium share becomes a part of all of our plan designs, and that's normally a variation from how we've traditionally assisted employers with contribution strategy. Normally, premium share is something we work on after we've decided what plans are going to be offered. So why is it that premium share becomes a part of all of the plan designs in Dynamis? Well, it really goes back to giving employers what they told us they wanted. And the idea that employers really told us that total cost was not the important number. So that was really important because as we looked at spreadsheet exhibits from agencies across the country, all of them that started with benefits and total cost, employers were telling us that total cost was not the important number. So we asked employers, what is the important number? What are the values that you want access to in real time when you're making decisions? And unanimously, the most important value was, what is the company spending? What is the financial impact? So that's a really important point. From the employer perspective, it's not the total cost, it's what they spend that matters. And right behind employer cost was financial impact to the employees. So employers look at financial impact to their employees in really two high-level categories. One is claims. What's the potential out-of-pocket exposure? That's one way employees are financially impacted. And the other way employees are financially impacted is what they actually pay for the coverage. So now that we have premium share as a part of our plan designs, we immediately are able to get to that all-important employer cost perspective. So the $92,132 represents not the total cost of this plan design, but what the employer cost is based on this contribution. And just as importantly, if we look at these two green shaded columns, they're aligned next to each other, so it's easy to find visually. And they really represent how employees are impacted at a high level. First green shaded column represents how employees are impacted by claims. We can see that $5,000 out-of-pocket exposure for singles, $10,000 for families. And as we look at the column next to it, we're also able to see what that means in terms of what the coverage costs. So singles are paying $104.35, families are paying $313.54. We really call those the impact points. Those are the points employers really focus on when making decisions. What's the financial impact of the company, and how are employees impacted financially? So having premium share be a part of all of our plan designs is going to be a transition. It's going to be something that it takes a little bit to adjust to, thinking of plan designs in terms of that premium share being a part of them. But remember that the reason we're doing that is to really be able to give employers access to the information they said they needed when making plan design decisions.